Greetings and welcome to the graphics class. Isometric projections, question number 7. A frustum of a cone of base diameter 50 mm, top diameter 30 mm and height 45 mm is resting on HP. Draw the isometric projection of the frustum. The question is about isometric projection of a frustum of a cone. There are mainly three dimensions. One is the bottom diameter of the cone, that is 50 mm. Another one is the top diameter, that is 30 mm. The height is also given, that is 45 mm. So we have to take all these dimensions from the isometric scale initially. So we will start the isometric scale. You know how to draw the isometric scale. We can have line AB of any length greater than the longest dimension. The largest dimension in the problem is actually 50 mm. So more than 50, any dimension you can take, so that is AB. From B you can have 45 mm. And from A you can have 15 mm. So you will get AC. Now, the most important dimension is actually 50 mm diameter, 30 mm diameter and 45 mm height. So we have to take the height 45 mm. So you can measure 45 mm along this line. So that will be AD, and from D you are drawing a parallel line, you will get this as D dash. So AD dash is equal to isometric length of 45. Next is diameter 50. Diameter 50 means the radius is 25. So you can measure 25 from here. So let this be E, and from E you can take another line which is parallel to BC. So this is E dash. So AE dash is the isometric length of 25. Another point, that is 50, the diameter is 30, so the radius is 15. So you can measure 15 from here, let it be F. So AF dash is actually the isometric length of 15. Okay, so this is the isometric scale. We know how to construct the isometric scale. After constructing the isometric scale, you can draw the symbol position. Since it is a frustum of a cone, it is very simple to draw the symbol position. Just you have to draw the circle with diameter 50 or radius 25. That is the bottom base. Now you will have a concentric circle of diameter 30. That means radius 15. A concentric circle you will get, which is the top base of the frustum. Now you can project this. And you know the height is 45. So from here to here it is 45. So this is the top base and this is the bottom base. So you are having, okay, so you got the top base and the bottom base. This is the symbol position. Using the symbol position, you should to draw the isometric projection, you have to go for the box method. So this is A, B, C and D. Similarly, one more base you have to take inside, that you can mark as W, X, Y and Z. Okay, these are the important points related to this. So we have taken the dimensions as isometric length of 45 as the height. The diameter, initial diameter of the base circle we have taken as isometric length of 25 as radius. Then the top base we have taken as the diameter as isometric length of 50. We are simply saying this has 15 mm diameter radius, this has 25 mm radius, but we are taking all these dimensions from the isometric scale. Using this we have drawn the symbol position. Next is to draw the isometric projection. As usual, you can have the horizontal line, the lines which are inclined at 30 degree, which is taken as the horizontal isometric plane. Now, first we have to draw the bottom base. The bottom base is within the square A, B, C and D. So, I will start with D. From D to A, I know this much length. Okay, based on the isometric length of 25 as radius, you have drawn this circle. So, corresponding square you are getting here. So, you can measure AD. So, you will get A here. So, this is AD. From there, you are drawing a parallel. You know how to draw this. So, using this, you will get B. And increase the length, otherwise we won't get proper figure. Okay. Now, this is A and parallel to this. Okay. Now you will get B here. And from B, you are drawing another line which is parallel to the other side. Parallel to the other side. So, this you are getting as C. A, B and C. Now, you know the 4 center method. Simply you can draw that. You can join AC. You can find the midpoints of AB. Midpoint of AB. BC. CD and AD. Now let us find out the 4 centers. For that we know we can join DM1, DM2, BM4 and BM3. So this is O1, which is the not O1, which is C1. C1 as the center 1. This is C2, center 2. C3, center 4 is the 3, and this is C4, center 4. So now you can draw the arcs. Taking C1 as center, C1 M1 as radius, you can draw the arc. Taking C2 as center and M4 as C2 M4 as radius, you are drawing the next arc. Taking C3 as center, C3 M2 as radius, drawing the next arc. C4 as center and C4 M1 as radius, drawing the remaining. Now you got the bottom base. Next step is to find out the top base. We know the height is 45. You have drawn the isometric length of 45 here. So this dimension you can utilize here. You can take this as center. So from the center of the bottom base, you can take this much dimension in the upward direction. I think you got this idea clear. You are taking the same height of this one from the center. So center can be marked as O1. This is O. You can have a horizontal line here. Simply you can draw a horizontal line because you need to construct another rhombus here. Then only you can complete the ellipse at the top. So what should be the one side of that particular rhombus? So you have to take the inner dimension of the square, or inner square, the dimension of the inner square you have to take. That is WZ you can take, or WX you can take. That much length you can take, and that should be inclined at 30 degree. That should be inclined at 30 degree. So two conditions should be satisfied. The length should be WX and the inclination is 30. By trial and error, you can find out the point from where it will start. Okay? Or you can do one thing. You are having a line here. You can have a line which is parallel to this one. You can move your set squares to draw the parallel line, and you can find out the length of WX. That exact length you have to mark here. So now you are having, I am marking this as Z, this as W. So from here, you can extend this portion also. Now WX you can draw along here. Then X to Y you can draw from here, and Y to Z we can draw here. Okay, now we are having X and Y. Again you can find the midpoints of WX, XY, YZ and ZW. You will get the centers as usual. Now you know the procedure. O1, not O1, C1, C1, C2, C3 and C4. Taking C1 as center, C1 M1 as radius, you can draw the first arc. Taking C2 as center, C2 M4 as radius, drawing the next. Then C3 as center, C3 M2 as radius, you are drawing the next one. Then C4 as center, C4 M1 as radius, you are drawing the final one. So you got the 4 arcs and you got the ellipse at the top. Now it is simple to complete this particular say frustum. You have to join the extreme ends. Okay. Now we will check the visibility. How to check the visibility? As we know, all the outer edges are visible. That is a normal thing. That is, all the outer edges are visible. Now the top base will also be visible, isn't it? The top base is also visible. Okay, this is the visibility. All other edges are invisible. So we have started with isometric scale. Using the isometric scale, or the dimensions taken from the isometric scale, you have drawn the simple position. Using that simple position, we have drawn the bottom base and the top base using 4 center methods. After that, we have completed the frustum of the chord. Now you can practice this.